Hello everyone and welcome to Talk Sport here on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining today's edition of the program. Last night we saw lots of action in the UEFA Champions League playoffs and we also saw drama. You can have Vinicius Junior and Jose Mourinho and not have drama. It's not possible for you to have those two individuals in the same place at the same location at the same time without drama. I was thinking with the way the match was going, I was thinking there was not going to be any form of drama because I saw Vinicius Junior played impressively. Everybody minding their business, and then in the second half, boom, the drama all started. We'll be talking about all of those dramas. And at the end of the day, Real Madrid were victorious. They won 1-0 against Benfica, which is something that Vinicius Junior would always actually be very, very happy about. But at the end of the day, the two individuals got themselves in trouble, and red card were given to Vinicius and Mourinho. We'll have that conversation. Interestingly, Galatasaray defeated Juventus 5-2. At some point, it looked as if Galatasaray had lost the match after scoring first and conceding 2 goals. But at the end of the day, they proved decisive. They showed the depth and quality of the team. Victor Osimhen creating 2 assists for his teammates and also being on the scoreline. That goes without saying that Victor Osimhen is arguably the best striker in the world right now as we speak. So we'll have that conversation about that young fella as well. We'll talk about features that we'll be expecting to see later today, as Ademola Lookman will be facing his own friend and brother Onyedika later tonight in the Champions League playoff. We'll be having those conversations as well, and most importantly, we'll definitely bring you all of the highlights from the actions we saw yesterday. Then let's come back home and talk about our own Nigerian athletes. It's not the Women's Month yet, but women are leading in these categories and they are now becoming world #1 in SL3 in different categories. So I'll be bringing you all of those updates, and it's just so interesting to see that the ladies are dominating. And there's also another concerning story from the female category already, where Athletic Integrity Unit has banned Solomon. So we are going to talk about that as well. We'll bring you lots of highlights, and we'll have a whole lot of tactical analysis of what we saw yesterday and what the future would be for the remaining features that will be seen in the UEFA Champions League. So starting from the home front, interestingly, very exciting to say that para badminton star Bolaji emerges world #1 after Bahrain tournament. Following her impressive outing at the World Para Badminton Championship in Bahrain, Nigerian player and Olympic medalist Eniola Bolaji has climbed to the world #1 in the women's SL3 category in the latest ranking released by the Badminton World Federation last night. The multiple national and African champion dethroned Indonesian Kartan from the top of the ranking. Bolaji won a silver medal at the 2026 World Para Badminton Championship in Bahrain after losing 2-0, 21-12, 21-17 in the final to Japanese world #7 Shino Kari at the new Capitol Hall on February the 14th. Her rise was further boosted by her triumph at the Egypt International in January, where she successfully defended her title for the 2nd consecutive year. President of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis, described Bolaji's latest achievement as a landmark moment for Nigeria and Africa, noting that her success reflects deliberate investment and structured support for para badminton in the country. Kudos for Bolaji. Congratulations to her for making it all the way out and winning. Aside from winning, now being the world #1. It takes a lot for somebody to be world #1, and she has done all the work that she needs to do, and then she has also emerged. So congratulations to her, and we are hoping to see more and more women dominate in sport like this as well. Still talking about women dominating, like I said, it's not the month of March yet, but these women are starting their celebration and dominance, proving their dominance very early. Onyekwere eyes double Commonwealth Games glory. That's what we should be expecting to see winning Commonwealth. Discus champion Chioma says she is exploring the possibility of competing in both athletics and weightlifting at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Oslo in what would be an for her. The African record holder in discus confirmed that her recent switch to Olympic weightlifting is driven by an ambition to make history, provided she secures the necessary approval and qualification. Speaking after her discus venture into weightlifting, decision rather to venture into weightlifting this year, her intention is to participate in 2 disciplines at the game this year while awaiting Nigeria's approval to compete. The 31-year-old, who was born in the United States but represents Nigeria internationally, is the defending Commonwealth champion in discus, having won gold at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in London. And she is also a 3-time African champion with consecutive African championship title in 2018 and 2022, and a gold medal at the 2019 African Games. So these ladies are not playing. Their foot is on the gas and they are going hot. Now she is coming out to say she wants to participate in 2 events. That means, like some individuals, influencers and social media hype would say, energy now, money now, water, and this and that now water. Like for her now, she's coming out to say that energy is water. That means for her to be participating in discus throw and weightlifting, those are 2 different sporting activities, and it's going to require lots and lots of more energy to be able to, you know, throw the discus so far, and also to be able to lift as well. Wow, this is something interesting. But while she says she can be able to handle it and she has been training, let's watch and see what the Athletic Federation of Nigeria would say, and if the National Sports Commission, if she will be given approval to go all through the way and represent Nigeria in these 2 different categories. But at the end of the day, we are cheering for her, and we are hoping to see that she defends her title and also have a gold medal, a podium finish, and claim gold again. It's not too much to ask for her to claim gold again and fly the green, white, green flag up in the sky as champions. Nigerians have been preparing so hard for this Commonwealth Games. A lot of resources have been put into this, and again, we are seeing preparation. Athletic Federation of Nigeria, some athletes are camped currently in Delta State, Asaba, and the National Sports Commission Chairman Mallam Shehu Diko has sent delegates to go see what is going on and follow through with the preparation ahead of the Commonwealth Games. This is interesting. We saw some partnership a couple of weeks ago, some partnership being signed with some UK partners for cycling, and Nigerian athletes will be training in the UK ahead of this Commonwealth Games. So you can see the broadband way of partnership that the National Sports Commission has been embarked on, and so far we are hoping to see a very good outing for all of these athletes. Welfare concerns now is a thing of the past, because we are not seeing athletes coming out to protest like they used to before now. So this is something, this is a very good initiative. This is something really good that the leadership of Mallam Shehu Diko and the DG of the National Sports Commission have been doing so well to provide welfare for these athletes. Now, the athletes will be more focused on getting their bodies in shape for podium finishes. This is just encouraging to see. So moving on now, this is just something interesting. The Athletic Integrity Unit bans Nigerian's long-distance runner Solomon. The Athletic Integrity Unit of World Athletics has handed a 3-year ban to Nigerian's long-distance runner Blessing Solomon after she tested positive for a prohibited substance. This is sad. Trimzandine is a medication used to prevent acne attacks, sudden pains in the chest, jaw, or back brought on by a physical exhaustion. It was first classified as a metabolic modulator by the World Anti-Doping Agency in 2014 and has since been included on its prohibited list as a substance banned both in and out of competition, according to a press statement released by the AIU, that's Athletic Integrity Unit. Says Solomon was tested at the Premium Trust Bank Marathon held in Abuja last December. Solomon, however, did not contest the charge. Therefore, her initial 4-year period of ineligibility eligibility was reduced to 3 years, commencing from February the 5th, 2026. The AIU also called for the disqualification of Solomon's result from December 6, 2025, with all resulting consequences, including the forfeit of any title, awards, medal, points, prize, and appearance money. This is just sad. But whatever that has been banned, it should remain banned. Athletes are not meant to take this. Like I always say, everything happening, anti-doping is something very, very serious. These individuals are frowning. The Athletic Integrity Unit is frowning so much for athletes who take whatever kind of substance. If they say paracetamol is bad, is an illegal substance, don't take it. Whatever they say you shouldn't take, just don't take it. This is so sad. Blessing actually won 2 million last year in December and also some appearance money, because she finished, I think, third in the December. She finished third. Yes, I remember I was there. She finished third in the Abuja City Marathon that was held by Premium Trust Bank. She finished third, and we saw her on the podium. But now the prize money she got taken away, appearance money taken away, all of those medals and everything she got will be taken away, and she will be out from racing for the next 3 years. This is just so disturbing, and we're hoping to see that she comes back stronger and, you know, stays away from whatever the Athletic Integrity Unit says she should stay away, or other athletes to stay away from. So let's move on away from that. Although athletes eye Niger Delta Games top sports on the last lap of their closing campaign and putting finishing touches to their training routine, some of the athletes who will be represented Ondo State at the second Niger Delta Games in Edo State are confident of making a big impact. The games are scheduled to commence with an opening ceremony on Friday, February 20th, and athletes from the 9 states are expected to arrive starting from tomorrow, which is February the 19th. The athletes who returned for the end part of their campaign in Akure on Tuesday have described the atmosphere as serious, focused, and encouraging. 2 of the football players, Ola Gabriel Temitope and Olamide, said that the team had already switched into competition mode, adding that they were in camp to win. Temitope said players were pleased with the level of organization and support provided by the state's liaison committee, noting that training sections had been intense. Well, training section is meant to be intense ahead of the competition. So with all of this now, we see everything is on the ground, and we are hoping to see that it's going to, we're going to see the best of the best competitions, and we are going to see the best of the best Nigerian athletes who will be competing, because we'll be seeing a lot of scouts who would be there, that would be partnering and then looking to create more avenue and more chance for these athletes to perform in the stage. And from here as well, we'll be going to represent. We'll also see some athletes who will go represent Nigeria as well at the Commonwealth Games and forge ahead and prepare for LA 2028. So we will see how all of this pans out, because Nigeria's top best talent from the Niger Delta region will be represented, as well as we'll see the games that would be coming up. So we'll see how all of this pan out for this event. The event is going to kickstart by Friday and is going to run for the period of 6 days. We'll definitely get you all of the highlights and updates and the dramas, everything that will be happening in Edo would definitely get you all of those. So moving on now, Falcons to face Cameroon in pre-WAFCON friendlies. The rivalry is up again between the Super Falcons and the Cameroonians. Nigerian Super Falcons will face Cameroon in 2 international friendlies next month as preparation for the 2026 Women's African Cup of All Nations gathers pace following the cancellation of a proposed 4-nation tournament that had threatened to stall the team's build-up. The report says that the Nigerian Football Federation confirmed this, that the reigning African champions will take on the indomitable Lioness in Rwanda during the FIFA Women's International window of February 24th to March, between February 24th to March the 7th, 2026. The Super Falcons and the indomitable Lioness will clash in the Cameroonian capital on Saturday, 28th of February, and Then again on Tuesday, 3rd of March, the NFF reports the two sides previously met in the preparatory friendly ahead of the last year's Women's African Cup of All Nations in Morocco, with Nigeria securing a 2-goal victory at the MKO Abiola Sporting Complex in Abeokuta. NFF, that's talking about the Nigerian Football Federation General Secretary Mohammed Sanusi, says agreement for the match had been finalized in collaboration with the Cameroonian Federation, who is being chaired by Samuel Eto'o, underlining the federation's objective of ensuring adequate preparation for both continental tournament and global qualification. This is just interesting to see. And on the other side, we saw that Victor Boniface is coming back, and then he is getting light training with his team side, who that currently plays in the Bundesliga, and we're hoping that he recovers fully. So moving away from that, let's talk UEFA Champions League quickly, as we saw lots and lots of actions. Galatasaray 5-2. Galatasaray defeated Juventus 5-2. Victor Osimhen grabs 2 assists in 7-goal scoring thriller. Victor Osimhen delivered a creative masterclass as Galatasaray stunned Juventus 5-2 in the 7-goal Champions League playoffs against league thrillers, condoning Lucas Paquetá to his first defeat in the competition with Italian side. Although the Nigerian striker has now gone 2 consecutive matches without scoring, despite his team netting 10 goals across those features. He remained central to Galatasaray's attacking dominance, providing 2 assists in each game. Against Juventus, his intelligence, passing, and selfless play proved decisive on a dramatic night in Istanbul. Galatasaray featuring in the knockout stage for the first time since 2013-2014 began brightly, and he took the lead when Gabriel Sar fired home after Ken Yildiz lost possession in a dangerous area. Juventus responded almost immediately through Tran Compress, who converted from close range after Pere Kalu's header had been paired. So looking at those now, Victor Osimhen said he's going to Galatasaray to win, and he has been winning. He has dragged Galatasaray to the top spot, and despite not scoring in 2 games, but in each of those games, Galatasaray won, and he provided 2 assists each. So even if he doesn't get to give you a goal, be rest assured that he's going to give you at least 2 assists. So that's what a striker does. So the conversation still remains between Victor Osimhen and Haaland, who is the best striker, because now, what's his name again? Alexander Isak is no longer in the mix, because going to Liverpool, the switch from Newcastle to Liverpool has shown that he's really not all that, because he has not shown class. He has not been scoring as he meant to score. He has not been playing as the striker that we saw in Newcastle, because the conversation was between him, that's talking about Victor Osimhen now, and also talking about Alexander Isak, on who would Liverpool sign. Chelsea also got into the mix at some point. Manchester City were not in the mix. Manchester United were in the mix at the point when they were trying to, when the whole Napoli saga was still ongoing with Victor Osimhen. But at the end of the day, Victor Osimhen looks to be very happy with Galatasaray. The fans love him, and he loves his teammates, and he's enjoying football there. So we'll see what happens in the next transfer window, if he will be coming to England or he would be going back to Serie A. But part of the deal that was signed with Napoli is that he would not be coming to Serie A. I don't know what they are actually scared of. So away from that, quickly still talking UEFA Champions League, PSG fights back from 2 goals down to beat 10-man Monaco 3-2. Paris Saint-Germain recovered from a shambolic start as theirs Dua inspired a comeback from 2 goals down to beat Monaco 3-2 in the playoffs in the first leg of the Champions League knockout phase playoff tie last night. United States star Folarin Balogun opened the scoring after just 55 seconds and found the net again on the 18th minute. For those that have the red app that always makes people smile and make people cry, I think those that always register for like the first 5 minutes goalless draw had the red app smiling at them yesterday. To put Monaco in front, controlled against their French League One rivals at the Stade Louis Stadium. Vitinha then missed a chance for the reigning European champions to reduce the deficit when he had a penalty saved, and last year's Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele came off an injury before the half hour, but his replacement duel sparked the comeback. He pulled one back and then helped set up Hakimi, the African Player of the Year, for the equalizer just before the break, and Monaco then had Alexander Goffik sent off right at the start of the second half. Drew then scored this winner on the 67th minute, and that proved decisive for PSG, the current champions, to have a victorious night. And again, talking about the drama that happened in UEFA Champions League, we saw that Vinicius Junior reports racial abuse as Madrid edged Benfica 1-0. Mourinho sees red card. Mourinho and red card are actually best friends. Actually, I could say it's arguably, you can argue that, because if you tend to look at it now, go back to history, Mourinho is a coach that has more red card than any other coach. You can go research it for yourself. Benfica versus Real Madrid descended into chaos on Tuesday evening as Vinicius Junior alleged racial abuse, and Jose Mourinho was sent off following a ferocious outburst. Vinicius Junior produced a moment of brilliance to hand Real Madrid the advantage in their Champions League playoff first leg encounter at the Luis Stadium. The Brazilian winger collected position before driving intensifying onto his stronger right foot, unleashing a magnificent calling effort that netted perfectly into the top corner. Now, let's just watch the highlights of the match that we saw yesterday. Lots of it will be seeing that of Real Madrid. We'll also see that of PSG, and also we'll see that of Real Madrid as well. So let's just start off with all of those highlights.